Hey, this is Artie Astor from episode 15 of You Tell Me. And I have an interesting interview here with The Edge. And he goes on to say something very interesting about lead guitar players, about the gunslinger guitar player. And it's a fairly polarizing comment when you stop and analyze it for what it is. But I won't say any more. I'm just going to go ahead and play the clip from the interview, and then you can tell me what you think. But that is what this episode of You Tell Me is about. Episode 15 is about the edge.
What about the coming back to the guitar, the basic personality of the guitarist? Do you think there is a lead singer personality and there's a lead guitar personality? I mean, is that all just a cliche, or is there
no, I think
something?
there probably is, but I don't think it's one. I think for guitar players, there's a couple of different types. I think there are the sort of the gunslinger guitarists. It's sort of the fastest draw in the West mentality. And then there's the sidemen who are really about supporting the singer and playing the songs and trying to, make the whole thing mesh together. And I really think of myself more as that sideman kind of guitar player. I think Keith Richards in that same mold. And I have to say my favorite guitar players are that type. The Guitar Olympics.
Not the show-off.
Well,
not the ones who aren't part of the band. Not the ones who are going off for the solo.
Pete is the sideman, even though he's the front man in a lot of people's book.
I think he's talking about Pete Townsend right there. I'm not 100% sure.
He's playing the songs. It's all about getting the song across, supporting the singer. That's what I think. Johnny Marr was the same, it's about it's not about just, shining in the spotlight as being an incredibly talented virtuoso guitar player. I mean, that's not that interesting in the end.
So, that really got me thinking. It really did. It really got me thinking because number one, I think that I've read some biographical works and I've seen interviews and I've seen a couple of documentaries about how U2 got started. And the edge is funny. Really, they all are. If you study, and I haven't done a ton of research on them. I just find what I've done, what I have read, I find to be very interesting. That the Edge, for a very long period of time, was actually struggling trying to find his sound on the guitar. And by God, did he find it. I mean, U2's sound, the overall flavor or feel of U2 is because of what the Edge has done with his guitar playing. And of course, I mean, Bono with his voice, just really everybody. But the Edge's guitar playing is such an integral part of everything U2, everything U2. And he doesn't have a lot of guitar solos on the song. Sometimes when he does go into a guitar solo, it's like sometimes he'll hit the same note over and over again. Dun, 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 dun. He doesn't really do a lot. If he wanted to learn to play melodically out of the pentatonic scale or whatever it is, could he have? I think he could have, but he spent a lot of time working on the sound that he has now, okay? And I want to get that out there. I really appreciate U2. I appreciate the Edge. I appreciate how innovative he was. And I bet you can take some of the greats out there, like Eric Johnson, and say to Eric Johnson, now play a U2 song with all of the effects and echo and delay that the Edge uses. And he would have to take a long time to figure out exactly how to do it. I'm sure he can do it, but it wouldn't be natural for him. He would have to figure it out. Whereas the Edge falls right into that naturally. So every guitar player has their niche. They have their strength, what they want to do. Whether you're a blues guy or a rhythm and blues guy or a rock guy or classical music, but I find something extremely interesting about what the Edge said in the end of that comment. Let's listen to it again.
It's not about just, you know, shining in the spotlight as being an incredibly talented virtuoso guitar player. I mean, that's not that interesting in the end.
Shining as a virtuoso guitar player is not interesting in the end. That, in my opinion, is a very big statement. It's kind of a sweeping statement, right? So, guitar solos are not interesting. I don't know. He did say shining as a virtuoso, right? Is that what he said? I want to go back. Is that what he said? Did he say virtuoso? Let's go back and listen to that again. I know I'm being redundant here. Wicked sorry.
Talented virtuoso guitar player. I mean, that's not that interesting in the end.
All right, it's not like shining in the spotlight as an incredibly talented virtuoso guitar player, right? That's not interesting in the end. Uh, you know what? I'm not going to comment. You tell me. Do you agree with that comment? Do you agree with what the Edge is saying? You tell me.